Obviously a difficult afternoon, not the result we were looking for. What were the turning points as far as you were concerned?
Oh, we just had a really good discussion up in the changing room, and not the result we wanted, obviously. I think if you look at the both innings, maybe probably gave them 20 too many, and then with the bat, we just didn't quite get anybody going with that momentum. You want an over or two where you see that real momentum shift. And to their credit, they played some good cricket, and they were just maybe a bit smarter, a bit sharper on us today. And it happens in this format. We've got to remember we're 3 games in, 2 from 3. It's a long group stage, and we're still doing a lot of things really well. We've just got now a good week to go back, practice, train, get better, get sharper, and hit Friday running.
It can always happen in these games that it can just get away from you in the last few overs. But today, Yorkshire made 68 off the last 5, and a little cameo at the end from Jordan Thompson.
Yeah, which can happen in this game. And again, if we're not quite on the money with how we're trying to deliver our skills, you will get punished. And I think we're big enough to accept that we probably didn't quite get those, either plans or executions quite right. And he played well, fair play to him. So yeah, I think it's just a reminder that in those phases, in each of these blocks of the innings as they go, you've got to be on it. You've got to be sharp, you've got to be in full focus, and your skill level's got to be really high, because there's players in this competition that will do that to us.
I just wonder, Graeme, obviously the issue with the timing here on Thursday night against Derbyshire, it was getting a bit tight again there, and I just wonder whether in the last 2 or 3 overs maybe the focus just got a little bit diluted because of half an eye on the clock.
Yeah, and look, we don't want to be in that situation. We know we've got to be faster and sharper. I think that's a collective. It's not just down to the bowler, it's not just down to the captain. That is a collective, as a fielding group, as a unit. You've got to get moving, you've got to get around. We've got to help these guys at the back end have enough time so they can be thinking clearly and can go and deliver their skill.
Balance of the attack was an interesting one today. Obviously Yorkshire went very spin heavy, used pitch. When even on Thursday night, it tended to be pace off that was most successful. Again, do you think they perhaps just, as you say, a little bit smarter, to use the expression you just mentioned?
Yeah, possibly, and I think it's different when you're bowling first to when you're bowling second. I think you get a better look at the pitch, see what's working and what helps. And I know that we played here the other night, and Dave's just gone with what he feels in the moment. In hindsight, we're all geniuses, aren't we? So it's we have such great options throughout our team, which is great, which is exciting, that we can go and perform and play on any pitch. And I'm sure, next game, if it offers, we have these options, and Dave will go with that. But as he said, today they're probably a bit cleverer than us, realising that those might have been the way to go, and they went out and delivered it, and delivered those skills in the end quite well. And they could have still bowled spin and got whacked. It's that kind of game. So look, we're obviously a bit frustrated. I wouldn't say disappointed. I think we're just a bit frustrated that we didn't quite play our match and play our game. But it's exciting. Even over the last 2 previous games, I still don't think we've been at our best. So I think it's a good spot. We've got a good week of training coming up, and as I said, Friday we'll go again, and 3 from 4 will be lovely.
You mentioned obviously players coming in, and Ravi Bopara already seems to have made himself something of a fan favourite here after his performances at the ground on Thursday and again today, with the bat just kept Northamptonshire in it.
He's brilliant, and I think his greatest attribute is how cool he is, how calm he is. He's an experienced cricketer now, that he never seems to be in a rush. He always seems to take the right options, and he's great to have up in that change room. Giving our younger players, our inexperienced players, this calmness, and able to help them with their own games. And when he's out there, I think everybody in this ground feels a lot calmer, which is a great trait of his. And as I said, we're very lucky to have him. He bowled brilliantly today, at tough end. I know well about that. And I think he brings such skill to our team, and such experience. And we're as I said, we're really lucky to have him. And long may it continue. And I think he is a fan favourite. Yeah.
And it was noticeable on Friday night at Trent Bridge when every bit of logic said the game is won, but just to have him going out there at number 4 and just finish the job, didn't get giddy. It lowered the heart rate a bit in the commentary box anyway. It
does, and as I said, he just seems to be in full control. I don't think there ever seems to be any frantic kind of actions from him. He seems to play and read the game really, really well. And as I said, he's rubbing off really well on the rest of the players. He speaks really well when we come together as a group. And as I said, if we can keep listening to him and keep building our performances and taking as much as we can from each one of them, I'm sure we're going to go quite a long way in this comp.
Word about David Willey, obviously his 100th T20 match for Northamptonshire today, joining a very, very elite and illustrious group of players who have scored, have got that 100 mark, only the fifth, and he just seems to be enjoying his cricket here.
Dave, he's a local lad. He absolutely loves playing for this club. You can see the passion and pride he has when he goes out there, to make his 100th game. I'm sure he'll be really proud of that. I know him very well, and I know how much he loves this club, so it'll be a big honour that for him, and long may it continue. I mean, he's a fantastic cricketer. You saw him the other night with the bat. It's just devastating. His nous and skill with the ball, as well as his leadership, we are very lucky to have him, and long may it continue.
And finally, a quick look ahead to Friday night, of course, back here, and there's no such thing as an easy game in this group.
There isn't, and we know that, and that's why we've got an important few days of training, of practice to go away and keep upskilling, keep improving. If there's areas we feel we need to kind of brush up on a little bit, I'm sure we'll go away and do that. As you said, there's no easy game. There's going to be plenty of teams with lots of match winners, but what we've got to do as well is just remember what we're good at and practice that and make sure we can deliver that. As I said, if we do that, not many teams are going to be getting past us.
Potentially a couple of Northamptonshire old boys coming back, of course. Tom Taylor, Josh Cobb, both now with Worcestershire.
Yeah, which is great. There's still backs coming back and playing against us. But as I said, that won't change our focus. We'll be very focused on that game, getting another win. We're at home. We have to be strong at home, and make it uncomfortable for teams that come here. And I know all the lads are really excited to get going and playing again on Friday.